Hello and welcome to this edition of the COLAC Herald Sports Mash. I'm Lachlan Cowlishaw. Beside me is Ben Martin. How you going, Ben?
Going well, Loch.
Now that we've got the pleasantries out of the way, let's get into the COLAC District football and netball. Heaps of action coming at you, and we're going to start with the footy, Ben.
Thanks, Loch. Straight into Geelong Football League news to start things off. A big result for the COLAC Tigers. They defeated St Albans in the dying seconds of this match. They won 11-9-75 to 11-7-73. James Rowan, the hero for the Tigers, he kicked the goal with 30 seconds to go to put the Tigers up for the first time for, I think, the majority of the match. So, well done to young Jimmy. For COLAC, Kane Leeson kicked 4 goals, while Mick Embry, Leeson, Cade Newton and James Linton were the best for the Tigers, while Ralph Clark, the former St Kilda grand final player, was the best for St Albans. And straight into COLAC District Football League news now. Some good news for COLAC Imperials fans there. The Imps 2 games clear on top after winning a top of the table clash against flag favourite Lorne. They won this one 12-6, 78-8, 11-59 at Western Oval at the weekend. Tyson Finnegan 3 goals, while Andrew Scott, Kyle Robertson, Adrian Musha Murray were the Imps best in this one. For Lorne, Ryan Evans kicked 3 goals, while John Leontiades, Brock Shields the coach and Ryan Evans were the Dolphins best in this one. The next game now, Elvie and Forest fought out the first draw of the football season, because I know there's been a couple in the netball.
There has.
11-13-79 to 11-13-79 between these two teams at Elvie Recreation Reserve. Elvie had most of the play early, and Forest just snuck back in the last quarter. 3 goals, they were trailing at 3/4 time. Spencer Williamson 3 goals for Elvie. Daniel O'Shea, Tyler Manning and Chris Hickey were the best for the Swans. For Forest, Ben Hood kicked 3 goals in a best on ground performance, while Sean Calcedo, Scotty Wakeman and Cam Gawley also good for the Lions in this one. The next game now, South Colac has lost to Birregurra despite more scoring shots in the match. A pretty hotly contested match from all reports, but Birregurra came out winners 11-7-73 to 6-14-50. Always had that sort of 3 to 4 goal buffer by reports. Tom McLean, the recruit for Birregurra, he kicked 4 goals to lead all scorers, while Cam Roberts, Mick Davis and Tom Parker were the Saints' best. For South Colac, Sean Harrington, the ruckman, he kicked 2 goals in a best on ground performance. Tom Whitecross, Dave Marinas, Daniel Roberts also good in this one for South Colac. The next game, Otway District remain winless,
Winless, yes, of course. The other one.
They lost Western Eagles in their latest loss of the season. The Eagles had this match 15-13, 103 to 11-8, 74 at Irrawillipi Recreation Reserve. Jake Reid kicked 5 goals to lead all scorers, while Amon Johnson, Torrento Dwyer and Graham Lynch were the best for the Eagles. For Otway Districts, Ross Panther and Michael Moose Gray, 3 goals each, while Ian Davidson, Daniel Gage and Nathan Denneman were their Damon's best. The final game for the CDFL football at the weekend, Apollo Bay ended a 2-game losing streak. They defeated Simpson 14-7, 91 to 7, 13-55 at Simpson Recreation Reserve, so a pretty handy win there for the Hawks. Nick Casbolt, the first gamer, he kicked 4 goals for Apollo Bay. Marty White, Dean Sheets and Dan Andrew were their best. For Simpson, Jake Carr kicked 2 goals to lead their scorers, while Luke Will, Chester Gardner and Joel Hayward were the Tigers' best. So that wraps things up. Illawarra Beck had the bye at the weekend, so we'll now pass you over to Loch for the netball.
That's right, and I'm going to start with the COLAC District netball just to change things up, and then I'll go into the GFL Tigers game. So the first game that we have for you is COLAC Imperials taking on Lorne. The reigning premiers proved too strong in this one. 65-39 was the final score. A really good start, really helped the Imperials get over the Dolphins in the end. Rebecca Scott had 37 goals in 3 quarters. Candy Robbins had 18. Jessica Finch had 10 goals. Karen Heathcote for Lorne, 21 goals. They brought in Rebecca Reid, a new player. She scored 18 in the absence of Carly Endicott. And the best players were Rebecca Scott for the Imps and Karen Heathcote for the Dolphins. Elvie got on the winners list. They played Forest and they won 60-20 in our next game. Ashley Mead had 29 goals, Georgia Robinson 25, while for Forest, Ashley Williamson had 14 goals. The best for Elvie was Morgan Eldridge, Dallas Williamson and Georgia Robinson, and for Forest, Paula Gardner, Ashley Williamson and Amelia Jolly got the votes. Birregurra took on South Colac, but South Colac proved once again they're one of the best teams in the competition this year. They beat the Saints 64-31. Nicole Mitchell netting another 35 goals, while Tegan McNamara continued her good season with 29 goals. Didn't let me down after the little profile there. Well done, Tegan. Birregurra, Abby Gannon had 15 goals. Jessica Whedon had 13, while the best players were Chelsea Spears for South Colac and for Birregurra, the coach Simone Smith. Apollo Bay took on Simpson and got another win there, entrenched in that top 5 now. Really good season so far from the Hawks. They won down at Simpson Recreation Reserve 44-35 against the Tigers. Laura Taylor, 23 goals. Kat Spears, 21 goals. Shot very accurate in the last quarter when Apollo Bay took over the game. Jessie Hawkins had 21 for Simpson, while the best players were Rachel Darling for the Hawks and Kelly Powell coming back from that injury for Simpson. The final COLAC District game now is Western Eagles taking on Otway Districts. It was a thriller. The Otway Districts Demons trying to continue their winning streak. Unfortunately, the Eagles got over the top. Well, fortunately for the Eagles, of course, unbiased, 33-31. So a great win there for the Eagles. Sarah Anderson, young player, she had 20 goals. Danielle Bowen, 13 goals, while for Otway, Mahalia Hodgson had 17 goals. Ebony Reid was the Eagles' best, and Emma Craddock was Otway District's best player. Now into Geelong Football League netball news. Unfortunately, the pain continues for COLAC Tigers A-grade netballers. Third loss in a row. This time was to St Albans. They lost by 10 goals, 33-43. Zoe Don came back into form though. It's a good sign for the Tigers. She scored 16 goals. Grace Langdon came up from B-grade and scored 10 goals in the absence of Emily Murfitt, who suffered cramps. The best players for the Tigers were Don, Hope Carmody and Langdon. The Tigers now sit 9th on the ladder with 2 wins, so a little bit of work to do there. That brings us to our favourite part of the show, the COLAC Herald Sportsman of the Week, because it's a sportsman this week. It's a football player, it's a COLAC Tigers football player. Take us through it, Ben.
We're going to give it to Jimmy Rowland this week just for kicking that winning goal.
Well done, Jim.
It's where legends are made, I guess, in those dying seconds of close games, and Jimmy really stepped up. I've probably got to give it to Kane Learson as well. Apparently he pretty much won the game off his own boot in that last quarter. Kicking 2 goals and setting up a couple of other ones, but he didn't kick the winner. So well done, Jimmy, and I'm pretty sure we've given it to Kane before.
Yeah, sorry, Kane, we like heroes.
So well done to Jimmy, the former Birregurra Premiership player. This one's for you, mate.
Well done. And that wraps it up from this edition of the COLAC Herald Sports Mash. We will catch you next week. Thank you. See you later.
See ya.